To find out more, I'm meeting with the Latin American head of the Simon Wiesenthal Center, the organization named after the legendary Nazi hunter. Ariel, Josh Gates, nice to meet you.
Welcome to Buenos Aires.
Thank you very much. Let's talk about Simon Wiesenthal, the man.
Simon Wiesenthal is a Holocaust survivor. He found and identified more than 1,000 Nazis.
When we talk about Nazis coming to South America after the war, what kind of numbers are we talking about here?
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yeah.
Ariel shows me copies of extremely rare documents revealing the false identities that many Nazis used to get into Argentina and other South American countries. This is Klaus Altmann?
He was Klaus Barbie.
Klaus Barbie, the Butcher of Lyon, thought to be directly responsible for the deaths of 14,000 people. Helmut Gregor.
He was Joseph Mengele.
Known as the Angel of Death, conducted heinous and barbaric experiments on concentration camp victims. Ricardo Clement.
Ricardo Clement was Eichmann.
One of the architects of the Holocaust, responsible for the deaths of millions and hanged after his capture here in Buenos Aires. How do these guys just waltz into Argentina?
There was a very German-loving environment here before the war. The most important manifestation from Nazis outside Germany was here in Buenos Aires in '38.
Argentina had long been cozy with the Third Reich. In fact, they didn't join the Allies until just 6 weeks before the war ended in Europe.
Before the end of the war, there was an organization to help Nazis and their collaborators get out from Europe and get a safe place here.
The codename Odessa was developed after the war to describe a suspected Nazi escape program from Europe. And it now appears that there was a so-called rat line, or path of escape, that led to Argentina. This effort to bring Nazis here was assisted in part by the Red Cross, who inadvertently provided transit papers to many fugitives. The Argentine government of Juan Perón aided Nazis as a way to get German investments to flow through Buenos Aires. Even his wife, the beloved Evita, was complicit. Where were they concentrated in Argentina? Were most of them here in the capital?
There were many waves. Many of them went to Misiones in the north.
Ariel believes that this remote province holds the key to learning more about the fugitives and what kind of support they had once they arrived here.
There's a hideout in the middle of the jungle.
Like a Nazi hideout?
Yeah. You have to see it.
I'm hopping a flight from Buenos Aires to the northern town of San Ignacio, near the border of Paraguay. Once on the ground, I grab the first vehicle I can find and channel my inner Che Guevara. Somewhere off to my left is the Paraná River, and on the other side, the country of Paraguay. The river's strategic location has long attracted explorers and missionaries and, in more recent history, drug runners. But some believe it may have also attracted another nefarious group, high-ranking members of the Third Reich. I ride out of town toward an archaeological site that could reveal new information about the Nazis who arrived here after the war. Along the way, I pull the bike over to take in an unlikely sight in the middle of the jungle. These are the ruins of San Ignacio Mini, although as you can see, there's nothing mini about them. At one time, this was a 200-foot-long soaring church, the centerpiece of a huge Jesuit mission built here in the early 1600s with the aim of converting the local Guarani natives to Catholicism. By the mid-18th century, the Jesuits were removed from power, the natives destroyed the mission, leaving the buildings to be consumed by the jungles. Other buildings found in the nearby wilderness were thought to be connected to the Jesuit ruins. But one group of structures has generated controversy about its origins and purpose. To hear how the Nazis might be involved, I meet Daniel Schavelson, director of the University of Buenos Aires Center for Urban Archaeology.
How are you?
I'm good. Nice to meet you, Daniel.
It's my pleasure.
So I saw some incredible ruins on the way in here. You found something different out here.
Well, we have 3 main buildings. Not part of the Jesuit ruins. It's 20th century.
And what are these 20th century buildings doing way out in the middle of the jungle?
That's where we are trying to understand.
Can you show me the site?
Yes, it's not an easy way. Please take a machete. You will need one.
Okay. Armed with the Argentine weed whacker, we go onward into the jungle. After more than a mile of bushwhacking into the dense foliage, we stumble upon a shocking sight to behold. Oh, wow! That's extraordinary. Just in the middle of the jungle. Look at this place. The architecture is very different than the Jesuit ruins.
Yeah, modern frames.
Nails.
Nails, round nails. It's 20th century architecture.
But there's no records of this.
No records at all, no pictures.
Nothing.
Nothing, it doesn't exist.
Daniel strongly believes that these were built specifically to be Nazi hideouts, and that the proof is in the construction. It's unbelievable. It feels like a residence.
It's a real house in the modern sense of a house.
Yeah,
a place
I mean,
to live.
There is a porch, there's a door. You come into kind of a large...
Living room.
Yeah.
A bathroom. A servant's room. It's a house.
The layout of this mystery structure isn't designed like a jungle hunting blind. This place has a fancy bathtub, expansive rooms. They even found fine European-style tiles on the floor. Deeper into the jungle, they discovered something else, more structures. They're a fair distance from the house, so this won't be just a walk in the woods. Well, okay, it will, but we have machetes. Whatever somebody was doing or building out here, it must have been something they wanted to keep very secret. A secret that we may be on the verge of discovering. Is it?
Yes.
Wow. It's a big structure. It's like a lost temple. I just cannot believe that this is all out here.
Here you have our camp and our team working.
Daniel's team has been digging out here to try to definitively answer the question of who used these buildings. Hola.
Hola.
What is this?
This is a scanner. We're trying to understand the building because we don't really understand it.
To examine all the ruins more thoroughly, Daniel's colleague Anna is using a Leica BLK 360, a cutting-edge device that uses lasers and photography to create an ultra-high-resolution 3D model of the site. The model exposes details that the naked eye is incapable of seeing. Do I just hit the button?
Hit the button.
She's alive. Okay, let's go. Scan away. While the device maps the ruins, I take my own look around. This one has a very different feel to it. 2 floors, first of all. You can see there would have been a second floor up there. You've got another room through here, and it looks like it drops down a bit. Might be a cellar level. Looks like a small tunnel here. You can see light, it goes through to the outside, very narrow. I'm not sure if this was a chamber for water, or possibly it could have been a secret way in or out of the building. You know, this feels a lot more like a defensive structure. So you can see the river down here. This could be a place to make sure that anyone coming across that river and up the trail is a friend and not an enemy. The Leica scans are completed, and the images are incredible. It'll take months for Anna and Daniel to analyze the data, but even a cursory glance confirms Daniel's findings. This is a multi-story, fortified structure with defensive positioning. He believes he's uncovered enough to know for certain that fugitive Nazis were housed and protected in these buildings, and he believes that whoever lived here had help.